Today I've got a warning for you about Princess Easy Air, an observation about Delta Airlines for people that use Sky Priority Line when they check in. It is summertime and I'm going to let you know what that means for air travel and the opening of a fabulous museum that we've been waiting on. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday, it is June 11th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. Today I have a huge warning for you with Princess Easy Air. I know that we've got a lot of new subscribers here since the time that I quit booking Princess Easy Air for Gordon and I just want to let you know what's going on. And I do appreciate and I do know that so many times Princess Easy Air works like a charm. Sometimes you get to have a little bit lower airline fare when you use Princess Easy Air. You have the convenience of Princess knowing without you having to enter into your booking what flights you've got. They know where you are. You're good to go. They say that they will wait for you if your flight is delayed. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're able to get you on a connecting flight to the next port, and sometimes you've just missed your cruise. So I wanted to let you know, realistically how that works. But what I want to let you know about today is what really to expect if you end up having to change your tickets at any point during your cruise. So first off, though, I want to tell you what happened to us that made it so that I no longer book Princess Easy Air flights for Gordon and I. Like I said, we went on the beautiful Regal Princess on a Mediterranean cruise back in 2022. It was right at the end of May. And we had a fantastic cruise. No complaints whatsoever. Love to go to the Mediterranean. Those of you that have been around here, it's my place in the world. Europe is just where I really enjoy, and most of all would be the Mediterranean. So let me tell you, we had booked our flights with Princess Easy Air, flew to Rome, everything went really smoothly. It was fantastic. During the cruise, though, we noticed that we had been switched from flying on Delta to being switched on flying on American Airlines. Instead of one stop on the way home, we had two stops on the way home with long layovers, and now we were going to have to pay to select our seats as well as to check our luggage. By the time we did those things, we were going to incur around between $700 and $900 of fees just for a flight that we and already had set up. So we started the process of trying to get them switched back to what we had had before. We talked to the onboard team because once you are on a cruise, the onboard team is who you're supposed to work with. You call Princess Easy Air once you're on a cruise and want any changes. They won't do it for you. They're going to say, you have to talk to the onboard team. The onboard team looked at me like deer in the headlights. Finally, like they didn't know what to do. Finally, they wrote it down, and then we would repeatedly go back, but we could tell they didn't know and weren't really doing anything about it. So we would try to be on hold with Wi-Fi calling to Princess Easy Air, try to get through. The wait times were forever. Every time we got through, oh no, you have to talk to the onboard team. So fast forward, we get off the ship in Barcelona. We are going to fly home the very next day. Finally, I got a really, really nice agent at the en route desk. There's a separate phone number if you're flying within the next couple of days. And she put our flights back. Which is really remarkable. When we got home, we could see, but by the way, our seats were gone. We didn't get to sit by each other. I was on the very last row of the plane in a middle seat of, how they have for a cross. So it wasn't a comfortable flight home. It's not the seats that we had originally booked, but we were so grateful to be on Delta and not incurring those extra fees and only have one stop on the way home. But when we got home, we saw that Princess had to pay around $6,000 to put those seats back. To put the flight back. So since that time, I have not booked with them. I can't stand that mid-cruise, they changed my flights to a completely different airline, and I'm not going there again. Right now, I've got a person that is on a cruise, and due to an emergency in her family, she has to change her flights, and we're going through the exact same thing again. and it's just not pleasant. So I wanted to let you know that these glitches happen. Do glitches happen other places? Absolutely. I'm not naive about that, but I just wanted to let you know, if she had bought her tickets on her own, she would just be changing her flights and be on her way to what she needs to do that emergency in her family. But because we're with Princess Easy Air, it's a mess. And so just keep in mind some things that can happen. Also, another thing that I always worry about is, until you pay for your final payment on your cruise, it used to be that Princess would let you make changes to your flights up until 45 days until you go on your cruise, or, until you had those flights. You could fly in up to a month. It was a long time before your cruise sailed. You could stay where you were going for much longer afterwards. They have made the change that now you pay for your flights with final payment like we always have, but then you cannot make any changes to your flights. So after that time, if an airline changes, like they cancel a flight, Princess rebooks you. And if you don't like that flight, you don't like that flight, but you're going on it. They also have a change that if you want to go a little bit early on your cruise, you can go 2 weeks early and you can stay 2 weeks after, but that's it. And so you don't have quite as much flexibility. So be aware that it's a lot more complaints about people not being able to choose their seats. I have noticed that that's not going quite as smoothly as it did before. Historically, there are airlines that work with Princess Easy Air, and they're really hard to get seats anyway. And sometimes you'll have to pay to get your seats if you want to know what they are in advance. So just throwing that out there to let you know that there have been changes and that things are not quite as smooth when you're working with Princess Easy Air if you have to make any changes, as well as if your flights are changed by the airlines and Princess has to rebook you. I've also seen where people had their flights lined up and then for some reason they get a change. Now they've got a 12-hour layover somewhere. So I'm not telling you not to book Princess Easy Air, but just be aware of what you're picking up when you do book with Princess Easy Air. So let me know what questions you've got and share any experience that you have had in the comments. Once again, I want to say I know that a lot of times everything goes really smoothly with it and it works out terrifically. So heads up about that. Second up, just a note for those of you that fly on Delta, and the reason I'm talking about this is I not only want to hear from you if you fly on Delta, but I want to hear from you whatever airline that you fly on, and I want to hear what your experience is like. I've said before, where we live is a huge hub for Delta Airlines. That's why we fly on Delta. That's the only reason. I've even compared. I was a little ticked when they changed their loyalty about 1.5 years ago. Really, that was not a good move by Delta, because truly loyalty does work both ways. But when they made that change, I have now had the habit that I check other airlines and see how much it costs to fly to where it is that I'm going. Delta, from where we live, still has the best rates. And so we're sticking with them for the time being. But I have noticed, whether I am flying in and out of Salt Lake or in and out of other places, that they are really, in addition to changing that loyalty, if you go to check in the Sky Priority, there are going to be lots of other agents who are working with guests, and the line will be shorter generally for people who do not have any loyalty, who are not Sky Priority with Delta. The Sky Priority line is usually really long, or they'll have 1 to 2 agents working it. When I checked in the other day to fly home from Phoenix, there was one person taking care of Sky Priority people, and so the line was huge, and there were about 7 or 8 others taking care of everyone else. And let me tell you, when the line went away for other guests, they do not call Sky Priority people down there. You're just going to be waiting for that one agent, and I'm seeing that repeatedly. I see it in Boston, I see it in Salt Lake often, I see it in a lot of places. And so just a heads up, that service is not what it used to be. Even if you've got loyalty and are giving your loyalty to airlines, they're not giving it back. Just wanted to put that out there, and let me know what it's going like on other airlines. And I'm going to link that to my next segue of it is summertime. And why does this matter more? Because during the summertime, more people fly than any other time of the year. You have those little pockets of time, like right at Thanksgiving. You have the pockets of time right at Christmas time when more people fly. But boy, summertime is a really big time, not only for people going on their own, but for families traveling. Super busy at the airport. I noticed that that when I have walked in the airport, just even to come here on this trip. So many more people, so much busier than usual. And so just wanted to put that out there to pack your patience again. It is lovely to travel in the summertime. We chose to do our river cruise we're doing in July, go to the concert we're going to, that I'm going to take you with us, because it is summertime. It is glorious weather, the perfect time to go. So I'm not suggesting don't ever travel in the summertime. Definitely, if you're flexible and what you want to do can be done in the shoulder season, do that. But sometimes the height of summer is when you want to go. And so just pack your patience, be ready for delays, be ready to stand in line a little bit more, but enjoy what you're doing and where you're going just as much. And those of you that know that we have that fantastic eclipse cruise scheduled on the Nile for that August 2nd, 2027 eclipse, it's going to be a total eclipse on the Nile. Anyway, I have been following everything in Egypt a little bit more closely, and July 5th of this year is the magic day that they are going to have the official opening for that Grand Egyptian Museum. They are moving a lot of the artifacts that were in the original museum there. They're going to keep some. They're still going to have that, the other Egyptian museum there in Cairo, but they are moving a lot of it to what they call the Grand Egyptian Museum. They're right by the pyramids at Giza, and the grand opening for that is going to be on July 5th. So I'm going to keep my eye on it. I'm going to look for some footage of it and some pictures to share with you at that time. Why is this a big deal? It's a really big deal because when I have never been to the other museum that they have had before. They had so many artifacts that it was really of course, it's, got so many artifacts to display. There's a lot going on there, but they had a lot that they could not display. So this opens up not only more square footage to display more of the artifacts that they've got there in Egypt, but they're doing it in such a beautiful manner. I've seen photos, and it is just an extraordinary museum, and is really just going to open up what we can see there, and you're going to have the vista of the pyramids there at Giza as part of it. So I'm going to take you with us when we go on that amazing cruise tour, because we're going to be flying into Cairo and doing so much on that trip. But I just wanted to let you know, if you're off to Egypt soon, make sure that you have, they call it the GEM, Grand Egyptian Museum. Make sure that you've got that on your itinerary, because you're not going to want to miss it. One other quick note for you here really quickly. We are staying at the Hampton Inn in Woburn, Massachusetts. We have stayed here before, and Gordon is going to link the video that we have showing the room. The room that we stay in here was exactly like the one we did last time, so I didn't video it again. But if you are looking for hotels that you might want to consider, this is a really good way to see it. So when we're looking at hotels and we're not familiar with them, I always look for a video on YouTube about them so that I can kind of see what's going on. Alrighty, we are here to our Hampton Inn in Woburn, Massachusetts. Just come right in the door here. Immediately, there's the bathroom. It's a really nice, spacious bathroom with a nice big shower here compared to what you get a lot of the time. And then here's the rest of the bathroom. It's got a nice mirror here, nice sink. And then right off here, there's a mirror. Then go right here into the main room. We got a room with a king size bed. So this is nice. You've got a sofa as well as a desk here. And a nice big TV right here. There's a microwave if you need it, a safe if you need it. And then here's the view this way. So we're really pleased. It's very clean. It's much nicer than where we stayed last night. So thanks for joining us. We're going to call this our great hotel tour here in Massachusetts. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Make sure that you comment. Let me know if you are going to be going to Egypt for that eclipse as well. And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.